Okay, it's Scott Benak. Just me in the bee yard. So I'm going to be holding the camera with one hand and hive tool with the other. But one of the other things I learned down there at Dawn's was a little bit of techniques with manipulating the hive tool, which you can do. Alright, I'm going to show you two different ways. You first open up the hive. Okay, I'm going to apply a little bit of smoke. I know if you use the wind to your advantage, let the wind drag that smoke across the tops of the frames. That way an ash doesn't go in there and kill your queen. Okay, but that was one other thing. We'll talk about smoking more in another video. But when you first open up the hive, of course the rule of thumb is that your frames should be together and center in the box, so that there's no space between them, and that your largest gaps are on the outsides, and that those large gaps are equal. Okay, what we're going to do, alright, is give ourselves room. I decided there's more bees over here, there's less over here. This is a nuke that I kind of started up. Move your hand to the end of the hive tool to give yourself leverage, and just gently, watching the spacing, move them frames all kind of to one side. You know, you can move them all the way to the end if you have room, but you don't want to crush bees. Same thing. Notice I got my hand at the end of the hive tool. I'm not choked up on it. It gives me a lot of leverage and control and moving a lot of frames at once. Now I want to take an individual frame. I'll choke up on the hive tool. That way I have full control. I don't slip through like this and decapitate bees or the queen. Again, choke up, go right between them frame spacers and loosen that frame up. Now I can take that frame out of the box. Okay. First thing you do when you pull them, you see if you got eggs. Again, check up on that hive tool. Go for the spacer, between the spacers, the frame spacers. These are homemade frames that I made. It's easier to buy them. Okay. Set the hive tool down and pull this frame. Now I'm going to turn it sort of catty corner. It gives me a little more room to draw it up and out. And yes, now we can check, see if we have eggs. I don't see any eggs in this frame. She must not have come over and laid. There might be one or two, but I'm going to move over to the next frame. So we'll just put this one back in the box like this. It's a lot easier doing it with two hands, and that's how you should do it. But I want to be able to show you on the video. Again, look at that. So you just gently pry them apart. Now I got tons of room. I can pull that frame. And when you put your frame back, what you want to do is you want to make sure that your spacing is, you know, back the way it should be. That's touching. So go ahead and do that now. Put that frame against the frame you already checked. That way you don't have a whole lot of work. You don't have to get the bees all out from between the spacers when it's time to close the hive up. Oh, there we go. We got eggs. We got larvae in there. We got eggs in there. There's those eggs. Look like a little piece of rice in the bottom center of each cell. A lot of the bees are kind of walking in the way, but there they are. It's a single piece of rice looking object. It's a bee egg. Now that we've seen bee eggs, we know that we have a queen in there. There she is. There's our queen. Moving around. Okay, so what we're going to do is I got the queen. I've inspected this hive, and the things I've observed is, yes, this queen is, she's doing well and everything. Alright, she's laying. But all these frames, they feel very lightweight. Like maybe there's not enough food in there. So I might have to put some food in this feeder. You gotta look at everything. You gotta look at the bees themselves. Do they have deformed wings? You know, all sorts of things you have to look at. I don't have a whole lot of bees between the spacers, but what I'm going to do, see, there is a bee down there in the spacer. Give it a little bit of a bump and they get out of the way. Same thing over here. Okay, we're clear. Close that up. Now if you don't crush bees, they'll stay nice. They'll be easy to work. If you crush bees, they'll start retaliating against you. That's how you work bees. You keep them real gentle. You know, just because you got a suit on or whatever doesn't mean you could go tearing through there. You have freedom to do that because you're going to stress the hive out. Even if they can't sting you because you got a suit on, doesn't mean that, you know, you're putting them under considerable stress. Now I don't have a suit, so, and they're very calm. I can tell they're not under stress right now, except with, you know, with the exception that there's not much food. So we're going to actually feed this hive. We have a hive top feeder here. That's what was on when I opened it. But this, with some food, this hive should do fairly well. Okay, so that's a little tip and a lesson on use of the hive tool. You know, further towards the back for leverage, closer towards the tip, even all the way up like this for control. Okay, any questions, put them in the comment section below. Again, these are things you'll get if you talk to Dawn or you even go out in the yard and do hands-on. But my main purpose for going down there wasn't so much you know, bringing back stock or anything like that, like a lot of newer beekeepers or people who are starting up do. Now honestly, in my area there's very few people to spread the information. It's very difficult to get good information. You know, I went to Dawn, I said, Dawn, you know, I got people that the information is just not available to them, the good methods. My main purpose for going down there was to bring this stuff back here. I could provide hands-on to some of my customers who buy nukes from me and just people who come and get lessons from me. So, you know, again, if you've got questions about something, I spent 2 full days with him, plus a couple years of, you know, in and out of the chats and watching his videos. Some stuff is a little different up here, and you know, because of the winters and the seasons. And I think, you know, even over that course of a few years, besides learning all those good methods from Dawn, I've even adopted a few things of my own too. You know, so just. Yeah, I've got some knowledge here. I don't know everything. Certainly don't know everything. I'm not a master beekeeper. But I just hate seeing people spending the money and going down the wrong path or just not having the information that they need. It's out there. It's just so much of it, it's confounding. Which direction do you go? Okay, if you like the video, comment. If you don't, comment. If there's something you see that you just want to say something about, leave it in the section below. Please subscribe and let me know what you think. Okay, thank you.